Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Warships with Ungainly Titan, and so it's another 2 weeks and World of Warships Legends will go live on the Xbox. I'm not 100% sure if that is exactly the same date on the PlayStation. I'll just have a look. Wargaming's communication people, or at least World of Warships Legends communication people, really I think need a talking to. If you go onto their website, they go on about April 16th as being release date. They also mention early access, but there doesn't seem to be any distinction between release and early access, nor does there appear to be any distinction between PlayStation and Xbox One. So presumably it's available on both for release on April 16th, and this early access is a complete red herring. It doesn't actually mean anything. There's no restricted access or anything like that. Anybody can have it. The only difference might be that if you're free to play, you might not be able to download it before April the 16th, whereas people who might have bought the Founders Packs can probably play as soon as the servers go live. Maybe that's the only difference. So whatever length of time your bandwidth takes to download 14 odd gigs of game is the difference between the early access and everybody else. Watched some gameplay by people other than the Mighty Jingles, beta game player from World of Warships Legends. Looks like friendly fire is switched off. It'll be just the same as in the console version. There's no friendly fire. Kind of mixed feelings about that, because one of the more interesting tactical dilemmas in the whole game is when and where to use torpedoes and to avoid friendly casualties with torpedoes. Friendly fire, I saw at least one guy in the beta playing it, and he went in to launch his torpedoes from his cruiser and sailed right into a spread of torpedoes launched by a friendly ship. Now, he didn't affect him because obviously friendly fire was off. Unlike in the PC version where friendly fire is on, and torpedoes in particular can get really unfriendly really fast, and collisions are also a problem, as I discovered here, because I'm too focused on launching torpedoes. But the lack of friendly fire will make it people probably a lot more careless with the torpedoes, and they'll be just launching torpedoes willy-nilly rather than holding back the launch. There'll be no reason to hold back the launch, because if a friendly ship intercepts your torpedoes, it's not going to do any harm. So there's no downside, it's only all upside for launching torpedoes, because if your friendly ship doesn't intercept the torpedoes, obviously they will continue on and perhaps hit the enemy ship. So that is different. It's going to be different tactically to the to the PC game. Control wise, don't know. I'd be curious to know whether there's I use the dynamic sighting so that the notches on the sight scale as I zoom in, but there may be just a two-phase zoom, like in World of Tanks is only a two-phase zoom, whereas in the World of Tanks PC you can scroll with the mouse wheel, so you can actually have a variable zoom. So I don't know if that might be a consideration as well, because obviously I'm used to looking at my gun sights now. I'm set up in a way that I find best for me to try and maximize my chances to hit the targets, whereas may have to relearn some of that now in the World of Warships Legends. Again, depending on how the zoom controls work. Don't know what kind of control schemas or setups are for it. I must actually have a look at that and see. There are different alternatives that I might prefer, some ways of doing it compared to others.
Torpedoes to starboard. The ship is on fire.
Not the best at shooting my torpedoes myself here either. The other decision, now I don't know whether this is typical. I haven't been involved in too many games in the recent years where they've been after near release, or whether a lot of other games I've never really gotten myself involved in the community side of those games, even though I've been playing the games or whatever. Like, for instance, I'd be a fairly regular player of Civilization, but I wouldn't be a participant on Civilization forums or anything like that, nor would I have any particular interest in doing so. Whereas I have been a regular on the World of Tanks forums once I decided to try and learn the game a bit better. And I was kind of looking forward to the World of Warships Legends forums, and they've gone and shut them down. They've decided that forums are no longer the way to go for communication, that they had too few people on the forums, and the majority of the people on the forums was a very tiny minority of people were responsible for most of the posts. And they're now shutting down the forums, and they're directing people towards Discord and towards Reddit. Now, I'd never used Reddit before in my life. I had no idea what Reddit was like. I've had a quick look at it. It reminds me somewhat like the old Usenet, in that it was a forum, or a forum-like place where you could discuss pretty much anything you want under the sun. There seems to be a Reddit for everything and its dog. So there is obviously a Reddit for World of Warships Legends, so I've started to subscribe to that, and I'm going to have a look at it in the near future and see how it works out. It looks like it's going to be the forum replacement. I did sign up to the World of Warships Legends Discord server, but as I suspected, it would be way too much work to try and follow what's going on in the World of Warships Discord server. There are too many people that are just yapping away continuously. I mean, Discord is really a chat server. It's like the old internet relay chat, and it's just people open up. There's different channels. Obviously, they've set up, the administrators of the server to set up so you can put in bug reports and whatever. And it's very useful for stuff like bug reports or feature requests or something like that, because you can have the developers at the other end, and you can go in and say, this isn't working or that isn't working, and when I do X and press Y and point the camera in a particular direction, something weird happens, and here's a screenshot of the weird thing that happens, or a video clip or whatever. And the developer might be able to come back to you and say, can you pull out the log files, it's on such and such a folder on Windows 10 or whatever, and you go ahead and you do it, and you send it back, and there's a back and forth, a conversation. And it's quite useful for that kind of thing. But when you have a couple of hundred people having a conversation, or even a dozen people having a conversation, all separate conversations, all on the one thread, it gets really hard to keep track of what's going on really quickly, because there's nothing to distinguish one section from the other. It's just all random sentences strung out one after the other, sort of the ravings of a madman in many respects. But at least Reddit has a threaded structure, so that at least you could start a thread on something and you should be getting relevant replies back without having to sit there monitoring it on an ongoing basis. You pretty much have to do that now with the Discord channel, simply because there's so many people on it that if you actually wanted to have a conversation on it, you need to go on and say, right, I'm going to spend the next half hour chatting with people on Discord. I haven't posted to either yet. Didn't really see a topic that interested me, or don't have anything useful to say because I have no real experience with the game so far. But I think as soon as the game launches, assuming that I'll be able to get onto the servers, I presume they'll be populating with bots anyway. They'll be doing their usual less than 60 games or 100 games or whatever it is. The team fills up with bots anyway, up to whatever tier 3 or 4 that you're on. And we'll get to try out the controls and learn how to use the game. So I look forward to that side of it. I hope it'll be interesting, and it'll definitely be fun, and it probably will be. If I have anything useful to say or observe, I'll be posting on some of the relevant locations. I certainly will be hoping to do videos on my experiences in World of Warships Legends. So there'll be I'll probably try and do one the week after. So the 16th, I'll probably start playing on the Tuesday. Might get some footage of the early games that I played. I might have something up by next Thursday fortnight, hopefully. Might have something from World of Warships Legends. I think now that I've maybe made the investment on World of Warships PC, that I might also play that. I don't know, it depends on how time works out and what other games attract my attention. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and a share. If you have not already done so, please subscribe. I'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.